Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you all slept well. If you're overseas and have been awake this whole time, hope your day is starting off great. It should be because, guys, ADA is green on today's daily candle. We're seeing a lot of green in the crypto market, and we actually did something pretty important last night. This is showing us there's a distinct shift than what we've been seeing the prior few months, and you can really start to feel this pressure building in the crypto market. It looks like we're on the verge of actually a little pop and breakout here in terms of ADA and other assets, and we're going to talk about that in this video. Want to discuss just a few other things going on as well. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now it's about 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. U.S. money hasn't woke up yet, so we'll see what the trend is for the day. But ADA's looking pretty darn good. We're at about 81 cents. We actually came down to about 78 cents overnight, still just continuing to play into that structure like we were talking about here. In terms of ADA, we are building that inverse head and shoulders. Probably don't need to draw because I've talked about it a bunch as of late, but we're kind of prepping for this, again, moment of extension and breakout. Something I wanted to show here as well is we are actually currently building a right angle broadening descending wedge. So that is a bullish formation. If you guys watch any of my XRP content, you know that we went on just this massive rally to the upside out of this. And actually the target for that right now is about 85 cents. Would actually make a lot of sense. Obviously that is a short-term move, guys. I'm not saying that 85 cents is where we're topping out or anything like that, but you know, ADA just continues to look very, very good here. Can't really complain at all about what we're seeing. And actually, what we did overnight, I think, was a pretty big testament to the strength of altcoins right now. And it's showing that shorts and bears haven't done enough to convince people to unload their assets. And why I'm saying that is BTC actually had a little bit of a bleed out last night. Ran down to 114,786. It's back up to 116,471. Actually dropped below its 20-day moving average. So we saw the lowest prices we've seen since all the way back on July 10th. And guess what? Although this was a lower low here, alts didn't set lower lows. It's a pretty big deal. In fact, we look at this BTC dominance candle, like we were talking about in the video last night. It's a pretty ugly red day in terms of BTC dominance, actually dropping almost 1%. We're back down to 61.34. So what you're seeing is huge altcoin conviction right now. A lot of people, again, making sure they're not playing games and trying not to unload right now because we're, again, probably prepping for a little bit of a push in the crypto market. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that, but something I wanted to show you guys is actually that market analyst Lingrid said that Cardano recently surged past a descending channel and reclaimed a key multi-month resistance with strong momentum following a decisive breakout from a consolidation wedge and a clean push above the 75-cent mark. She added prices now consolidating just below the 90-cent mark, preparing for a possible continuation toward the $1 to $1.05 target zone. A sustained hold above the former resistance line signals structural strength and growing bullish pressure. It's a pretty darn big deal. And if you guys remember, that kind of range up here, very thin liquidity. I had somebody ask me about that. What I mean by that is in the order books, not a ton of ADA to go around. It's very easy if there's big buying to take place to move through those prices, but also in the liquidity pools, they're thinner ranges of liquidity, meaning that there is less ADA in those zones. So yes, price can in fact move faster. All right. It's a matter of supply and demand. If you have the same demand that you had for ADA up here as you did kind of down around these ranges, it can move faster, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, again, I'm not saying we're going to get this in a day. I'm not saying today's just a moon candle or anything like that. But what I did want to point to is that there is a lot of short interest right above here. This gets me pretty excited for what ADA can do here. This is why I'm saying a run to 85 cents, pretty easy. Run to 90 cents, pretty easy. Is there some long leverage down here? Yeah, of course. Longs always try to fill in and you see if they can, take advantage of the dips in the market. And right now it's looking like, again, we could very easily make a move to, 85 cents, 90 cents, and that could be over the course of just a day or two here. Now it comes down to volume, confidence in the market, how much push is there going to be? And what I'll say right now is, a lot of people are kind of stuck in this bearish mindset. We're at 81 cent ADA, and a few weeks back, if we were right here, 81 cent ADA would have looked pretty darn good. And people ask me, oh, why are you so confident? We just had drops. Guys, I'm not fooled by short-term moves, short-term sentiment. Okay. We're still seeing massive volume throughout the crypto market. You guys can definitely feel that the conviction in the assets has changed. We're still seeing $1.8 billion over the last 24 hours in terms of ADA. So again, we're just compressing, we're tightening, we're kind of preparing again for this next big push in the market, which could frankly happen at any time, right? We're still seeing big liquidations happen here. $675 million in liquidations just over the last 24 hours alone. So someone's going to get punished here. And it's a question of, is it longs or is it shorts? It's starting to look a lot in the charts like it's going to be shorts. We'll see what happens. What we've also seen is a pretty distinct flip in terms of institutional money. You guys remember how we had those unload days in terms of BTC? They're not unloading anymore. They're back to buying. Okay. They unloaded $131 million, $67 million, $85 million. And now everybody's buying again. BlackRock buying BTC again. It's a pretty big change. $226 million in BTC bought just yesterday alone. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all. I'm not saying they decide exactly where we're headed, but when we were seeing some unloading and it's now starting to buy, it's a pretty big deal. It's pretty obvious what's happening right now. Ethereum side, this hasn't changed. Still a big accumulation taking place, $231 million over the last 24 hours. This now marks the second largest week in history we have seen in terms of ETH institutional buying. I mean, guys, all you need to know is we're in a really good spot right now. We're looking very good. We have structural strength. We have some bullish formations building. Like we talked about last night, we got all the way down to the bottom on our stochastic RSI. We've gotten out of the overbought range in terms of RSI. I mean, this is the setup we need for another extended rally. It's like I said, you could reset this whole thing over the course of just a couple days. It's exactly what we did. We've seen this before. It took place back here. That was a little bit longer of a time, but we've had times before where we have in fact done some resets. Actually, just take a look here. We did a full reset back on November 24th of 2024 into November 27th. And then look at what we did. We just rallied right out of it. Full reset, bounce, and we ran another, 30% or so? Just saying, 40% even. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Didn't want to ramble too much there, but we'll see how the day goes. Hopefully we still have high volume. I will say that Fridays tend to be a little bit lower in terms of institutional volume, but maybe they can give us a little bit of a push and that little breakout that we need to send things rallying into the weekend. So appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.